the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who can have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. It's time for a change, gotta bounce up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'ma lay him out, execution styles too late for an apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of flame, by God, it's overdue. Your time is to the end. Lockjaw silent without sin. He put me on the better for justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down. With suppressors attached in the war zone. Revolution can start in the air zone. I'm a messenger popping like Farrakhan. Backed by the honorable, who sits at the pinnacle. Who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the plentiful sinful. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any type of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand. Oh, and it's too late when the caps get filled. Don't believe in GC type. Ruin hits close to home. You gotta act the bone, but it got the dome when it's on the zone. All red in my vision through sight. It's killing big kills whenever I fight. From above, I've been given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' let them all, so gon' pass the kite. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. If you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped.
Watch time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when the rhyme and bass drop. I rose up, took a shower, purified my auric field, took copper for a walk to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, off more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra core and heal. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path. Simple, highest form, spirituality's how you teach math. A humble beast is still a beast. Now feel the beast wrath, rain fire upon them, and the internet forms, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that wore them. Destroy this de facto government and its quorums. Establish Big Ma house so she may restore him. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. The next host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk and spaz. Most of them got vaccinated with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grist of their cash. Sad can't watch videos without the subliminals. Predictive programming weirdo from menstrual shows. The land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, like minerals, the water and skies are fried. Nuclear chemicals, technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next pop to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox. Off the chart, I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh shark water. I'm on the front line, X marks the spot. I shine because of her, for she's the best part. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when the rhyme and bass drops. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the great matriarch. Honor and respect to our ancestors. Jah, you've always had a father, the author of your flow. Was your fire starter, the cause of your glow. But the trail I've blazed, I pray you turn from it. The hell I've raised, I pray you don't burn from it. The work I put in, I pray that you earn from it. The mistakes I've made, I pray that you learn from it. You my splitting image, little darker, little taller. I'm a shot caller, though you just a little baller. Latif, I'm still teaching you like Yi Yang. My Yi reaching you despite me lock and chain. Black, you're speaking true, you ignite lots of pain. I feel the releasing of lightning and drops of rain from the SoundCloud. You shine like me, the crown's proud. But unlike me, son, you haven't turned down louder. Smoke screen which surrounds you, shrouds your sound. My shout allow your genius to astound the crowd. My beloved, you scintillate profusely. You my beloved, you resent fate foolishly. You my beloved, do ventilate truthfully. You my beloved son, in who I'm well pleased. Okay, shall we? Your vision is resplendent, my descendant when filming your intuition extends. The lenses felt when your cinematographic flashes of your scripted class get your inner magic. Dramatic action mixed with vivid aspects mastered surpasses the average glass, stretches the facet through the scope of life's Kodak UC classic. The question you have is mathematics, please ask it. Son, Earth's a classroom, so put your hand up and last boom, you already know the answer. I pray to God to give me another chance for the love of my life. My wife just a romancer in the misconception, no time. 1 second guessing, it's guessing you knew who was who through a reflection that she showed you of me many years ago. Special features presentation appears to show you my beloved. You scintillate profusely, you my beloved. You resent fate foolishly, you my beloved. Do ventilate, truthfully, you my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased. Now, Samuel, I am here. Down for sure that this signal is a scramble or deprogrammable. From a little cub to a lion, not of my bloodline. Don't give a damn, don't love you as if you was mine. I'll be the first. Forgive me for my absence. The most I sat me down to learn patience through abstinence. Amongst other lessons, perfect my craft and talents. Balance of our legacy in the Black Hawk's talents. Face adversity, overcome all challenges. Generational wealth for the next generation to us. Can't make the same mistakes of past since instead. Let's create an after we've cried, relapses type of atmosphere. Redirected fire, recalibrate the energy to propel us higher. As sovereign, opulent, autochthonous, niches. I look at all three of my sons. On God, I see you, my beloved. You scintillate profuse, you my beloved. You resent fate foolishly, you my beloved. You ventilate truthfully, you my beloved. Sons in whom I'm well pleased.
It's one of my favorites by DJ. Yo, Marks, what's happening? 70 grams, oh, Salat. What's happening, beloved? What's cracking? What's cracking? What's cracking? What's up, cuz? My cousins, what's happening? Nah, y'all family. I did say 5:30, right? 5:30. I'm not into being punctual. I don't believe in time nor the year or anything. I believe that we can do this with our fingers. I don't believe I know it. I'm taking no vitamins, none of that crap. It's 8, and I'm stuffed. I just finished up my last little bit of ice cream, y'all, honestly. Delicioso. But I think I'm allergic to cream. My great-grandmother showed us how to make ice cream. And they don't make ice cream the way we make it. Ice cream didn't exist until they came here, but it existed. We always had it. The more you learn, the more you find out, the more you learn, the more you go, whoa.
Following Dorothy in Toto down yellow brick constant teen lanes. Corona eclipse crowning illusion to Elysium. We are drowning.
I had to keep it 100. I had my Stetson on a little while ago. I took it off in the truck because the wind was. It was like 75 degrees or something, right? And the wind was just like. I mean, it fits on my head good, but it was like. And you know, I was kicking it. You know, and I was like, wait, we don't need this big thing flying about the windows. So they had all the windows open. You know, my Stetson. You know, the other one's that's a James. That hat right there that I have with the feathers that my cat chewed on the other day. She always chews on it. He always chews on it. That hat right there, I bought at barn over in Arizona, Western Barn. It's everybody goes there. That hat cost me, I think, $275. My Stetson, I don't know why they're so expensive, but. Then I got my riding hat. That's out in the shed because I haven't rode in a while. I haven't been out there with Leslie Dell. I don't even know if Leslie Dell's still alive. I haven't heard from him in like 4 years. Vietnam vet. And when I was on the res, I used to ride all the time because where I lived at, across where my buddy who went back on the police force, he got off because they wouldn't give him sergeant.
there's a rodeo. There's a rodeo ground. And people would take the horses over there, and we used to go over there, and we'd be drinking a couple beers, and we used to pop up on them and everything. Me and my bad knees, just bad back, and take off. And he's like, where Red going? Just let him be, Red or Ryder. And I'll come riding back, and I'll just pop off the horse, and bad knees and everything, running. Oh, that's medicine. It's a sour diesel. It's that purple crush. Oh, no. We ain't, no. It's that tangerine. I don't like that. They get the job done, but I don't like it. All that you got to go over. Y'all got to go over there. The SoundCloud. Okay, go to SoundCloud. Prince of Vibes, DJ ZPE. That's a long one too. Hit that like, subscribe to his stuff. Let's push that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be jamming the car. People like, yo, what's that you listening to? So I give it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do. You dig what I'm saying?
The human heart cries out for help.
That one was like 9 minutes, 11 seconds. So you can have a real good session, like to gather your thoughts and everything. We're going to read here in a minute. So you saw the new book I just got. My ancestors, all right, 19 white men who admitted there were indigenous black peoples in America. This is a short one, so I'll probably read this and give it, give you the business as far as it goes. So it's pretty cool.
Missionaries,
All right.
Islamic Christians with dictionaries. The mutual go to coexist. Those warships in our tributaries. Military tactics to test shores. Foreigners have no respect for. Treaties and oath, I expect more from
Al, what you doing, boy?
Except for it didn't bring women during the invasions. The minds will rape. Miscegenations, the spread of misinformation.
Being a cat.
Which manufactured the miseducation of the soul. Carter G. Bush, Robert Taylor Holmes, Marcia and Brooklyn. Projects the hoods when we were pushed in Cali to Florida. Arlie Cushion. It's like the terrorists. Never ending shipment of American Indians from Belize to the Caribbean. Years I shot this sheriff meeting. Shut my field can be read, no book. Flows in my veins were prepared with no hook. Behind the back pass with flair, no look. This beef is rare, get fed, no cook. We're peaceful people, they call us animals. Truth of the matter, they were cannibals. Practice unclean religious rites. Evidence tangible, check the annals. I bring heat, this beast flammable. Feel free to critique this cannibal. If your brain's deeply manacled, release or get treated down. You speak Hannibal, I talk black hole. Fighting the line out and teach back with bulk that's big muscle drip. Up to tussle with Uncle Sam, Big Brother, and his clique. I put that on Abraham and Esther. It's so much we band together. Blend in the devil to stand up.
Wait for everybody else, come on. All right.
Whether we feeling the man's pressure, turn our signs to hand gestures. Rid the land of damn settlers. This is the call to my ancestors.
This is my shit right here.
I'm in my own zone. Within my own home. I'm in my own throne. My own skin, no clone. On long going in for the wind, ozone, 10 toes strong, closed doors are opening, siphoning, my own tone, microphone, my own song, on my own right and my own wrong, my own masters, I'm my own master, add that to my own loan. I'm in my own zone, within my own home, I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. I'm in my own zone, from the hip to the thigh bone, from the lip to the microphone, I'm like a disciple stone. Yet much larger than this fleshly vessel, more like an architectural lecture with its trestle board.
Yo, what's going on, beloved?
Broke free from the dome, I escaped the bubble. They say trust your signs for somebody's line. Try my patience, I'm aligned with Mother Nature, finds these agents that is dying matrix. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. Since 1970. There I was born, Robert Taylor's 92nd Axis, Buckingham to one, first sister Claire Muhammad School, then fellowship, Christian Academy. Just before I went public, still stuck with self adamantly. Spark from the infinite, see the sun, I'm equivalent. The eminent instrument of the eminent village militant, break down in increments, rid the land of immigrant, misogynist and feminist, restore the innocent, half rich of Indians, round pegs and square holes, kindred spirits and
original sound. Oh, he sent original sound. Send me a message. All right, I'll check it out. See what brother want. And Jaguar did too. Okay. See, I kept my notifications on because some people wanted to hit me up. Okay.
Purged the family tree, they infected the bloodlines of the autochthonous Nietzsche, brought with them disease, their pale face, Slavic main tags, Gregorian calendar, holidays, turned the rainbow to a gay flag. They made treaties with tribes they recognized federally and ineffably. They were in cahoots with the Iroquois Confederacy. It's my destiny, along with the ancient ones, to return for everything they owe. I don't mean government sanctioned funds. I got other artistic notions of mine that's high flown, because the land's fly blown. Look for me in a cyclone. Great spirit, quick in my bones. I'm a true and living soul, son of the great matriarch. My heart glistening gold. Everyone wants to walk in the sun with her, but she'll run to the one who'll dance in the rain for her until it's done. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. On long going in for the wind, ozone, 10 toes strong, closed doors are opening, siphoning, my own tone, microphone, my own song, on my own right and my own wrong, my own masters, I'm my own master, in debt to my own loan. I'm in my own zone, within my own home, I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. Because the land's fly blown, look for me in a cyclone, microphone, my own song, my own skin, no clone, and that still be once them foreigners are long gone.
No loan. What 2Z be doing?
Understand, for argument's sake,
anything on this planet and you want it to work, if you want to do anything on this planet that's going to involve the collective energy, the whole planet, then you have to do so under universal law. So again, universal law, what is that? Universal law is you operate, understand for argument's sake, if you want to do anything on this planet and you want it to work, if you want to do anything on this planet that's going to involve the collective energy, the whole planet, then you have to do so under universal law. So again, universal law, what is that? Universal law is you operating within the law of the universe involving the energies of the planet, the stars, the sun, and the moon. So if you're into astrology, then you understand.
Y'all get some of that CW little letter, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and get this read on because I know a lot of people. I know it's hour difference between here and Texas. It's 2 hours still between the East Coast. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I thought more people were coming. I know there's some people live, whatever, but I said I was going to read. And, you know, I'm not going to give no tea. I knew I had a book because I checked and it says you have a delivery. So I was going to go to the post office. And somebody knocked on my door. It was the Swedish guy who's been working here for a number of years. And so I ran out, hey, doobie. And I was like, all right. And I was like, oh, wow, book came here. I think what happened was when I made sure, because some things when you order it from new book places, they always say is a billing, you know, the billing address is different from my shipping. I think that this one automatically took my billing address and made it my shipping address because I know my shipping address is always automatically filled. Excuse me, hiccups. Automatically filled. And I didn't check it over, so from now on, I got to check it over, okay? So we're going to get into exposing, let me turn this light on. We're going to get into exposing the exposition. This is the kids out there. I want you to watch and make sure they're all right. In case you're wondering, there's nothing wrong. It's the kids are playing. You know, Hindu kids, the kids over there, and, you know, they've been out of school. His kid do well here, and I always make sure they're not knocking nothing over either. So. Which I think parents got on them, said, do not touch that stuff. Because that's what I heard when I was saying one day when I was upstairs. Be careful, do not go. I was like, wow, I never said nothing to them. But I guess they see me grounding and they see something that looks abnormal that shouldn't be that way. When you see 3 rocks through 50, 60-mile winds, snow, heavy rains, downpours, still standing the same way those 3 rocks were stacked, and anybody that's come here before within the last year or two, they could tell you those stones have been like that and they have never changed. And I've showed people where I pick one up showing that they've magnetized. And the triangle that they're in, grounding, the plants, people think the plants are dead and they're not dead. Add water, like bloom, and they're going, wait a minute, those plants are not supposed to do that. It's different, okay? You're capable of a lot of things. And I'm telling you, you're more capable of things than I'm capable of. But until you free yourself and stop listening to ignorant brothers and sisters, open the YouTube mobile app. What? What the hell? Somebody being nosy and shit? Somebody trying to log in on my shit? SMS9280. Excuse me, guys. Hold on. Nigga, somebody tripping. Hold on. Let's see who's being retarded. Okay, they didn't log in this time. Okay. All right. Okay. That's not too smart. All right. Yeah. One of these idiots probably attempted to see what they could see because they pass it around and they look. They're too dumb to know better. Anywho. So, yeah, rocks are magnetized. It's not that you can't remove them. The dogs come over here, and for some reason, it draws the dogs right up to my front door. And they get a little territorial, and they want to mark, you know, when they do a little scent squirt. And so one night, I went out there and marked my area. They don't come nowhere around. So anyway, let's get into Exposing the Expositions of 1851 of 1915. This is his revised. This is Heidi Mikowski's revised 2021 edition from his 2019. Again, if you want to purchase it, go right ahead. This is a good read to have, a good book to have, especially if you got children, you want to read something to them, to open imagination, to let them be creative, to get the juices flowing. Okay? The Court of Honors in Chicago. All right? Based upon that fake ass white, you know what? And that's not what it was. That's them attempting to eradicate and rewrite our history because so many of our people died. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, here we go. Who else came in? Hey, Big World Slaughter, what's going on? Grand Ascension. Got you, Ron Ganja, Marcus Williams. I want to make sure who's all up in here. All right, I got 7 grams of Ocelot. Got y'all. All right, let's go ahead and get it in. It's going to be a pretty quick read. It's not going to be too long. So just hold on, okay? I showed y'all the Illinois building, and every so-called state had one of these buildings. They changed the names to a lot of things. Norway had a very unique exhibit at the fair, the Viking ship. However, it was likely not so enjoyed by the fair organizers. Recall, his was a fair to honor the story of Christopher Columbus and how his discovery of America made him the first European on the continent. Thus, the start of real history. If there was a before Columbus, it would throw off the entire myth being created. The Norwegians had long known that their Vikings had been in the Americas around 1000 AD, and they weren't like the pale-skinned Hollywood narrative movie. They were only visiting their relatives, and they weren't Vikings, as they say. That's not what they were called. That's all made up. Anyway, 1000 AD, even that. It's funny how they use 1,000 years every once so often. I wonder why, right? If not far earlier. Hence, Norway built a replica of a Viking ship and had it sailed across the Atlantic. Another shot in the historical arm proving such ships could make the journey all the way to the Chicago Fair. The Viking was 76 feet long, a single sail and rigged with oars. It was captained by Magnus Anderson. The Viking ship stayed in North America after the fair in Lincoln Park first, and then after 1996 to Geneva, Illinois. I wonder if it's still there. I'll have to look at that. I never really cared too much to pay attention to it. Interestingly, one other Norwegian building survived the fair. It was called the Norway Building and resembled a Steve Kirk church. It was moved to a United States Norwegian settlement after the exposition, and some 140 years later was shipped back to Norway and put up in its original building city of Orknegar. I visited this kirk in 2021, and while a nice-looking building, it most certainly is a building constructed during the time of the exposition. I did get an interesting energy from it, as though I felt thousands of people going past me, which was interesting, as I later found that this building was positioned near the Great Waterway, first on the walkway from the large structures to the country buildings. Thus, many of the fairgoers would have walked right by this building to see the other buildings or the midway. I plan further trips to this church to see if other memories of the exposition can be discovered. So he relived a memory. But it wasn't based on the fair. Now, the world's original Ferris wheel. Can y'all imagine the grandeur size of it? I will show you. Immense. 1800s, isn't that something? A long stretch of open space away from the main buildings became known as the Midway. While the main fair was to promote art, culture, architecture, and technology, the Midway was about vice, beer, food, dancing girls, exotic exhibits, and music. It became the main attraction of the fair where visitors spent much of their time. The Street in Cairo exhibit was extremely popular and was made to be like a giant Egyptian bazaar. Here you could get Middle Eastern food, smoke a hookah, see a dancer known as Little Egypt, who is claimed to have been the first to dance a very sensual belly dance, later called the Hoochie Coochie. I I gotta do this. The transition from Kuta Kuta to Kuchi Kuchi and later Hoochie Coochie may have been influenced by the expressions Hoochie Coochie Coochie. And as we all know, Ultradon, the free encyclopedia, it was performed by one of ours. I had to do that. But there was also a Moroccan village. That's based upon Egypt, y'all. But there was also a Moroccan village, Irish village, German village, and Italian square. It was as if a small piece of everywhere on earth had a plot on the Midway. How about everywhere? The main attraction on the Midway was a new one to the world, and that was the Ferris wheel, designed by George Washington Gale Ferris. It was much, much larger than what we are used to today. Fair organizers wanted a landmark to match the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and this was its rival. Basically, it was designed like a giant bicycle wheel. We invented the bicycle, y'all remember? Its top height was a massive 250 feet. They have videos of them learning how to ride the bikes and then making their own contraptions. You know, the big wheel with you had to use a ladder to get on, all that goofy stuff. 250 feet in the air. That was massive. It held 36 cars, each carrying 40 passengers, which meant 1,440 people would ride the giant wheel at the same time. Over 3 million people rode the wheel at the fair, turning in a great profit. However, the great monument did not last like the tower in Paris did. It stayed in Chicago a short while, then was used at the 1904 exposition in St. Louis. In 1906, it was destroyed and sold for scrap. Then there were the anthropological exhibits. Natives from all over the world, Eskimos with their mushmouth dogs, Penobscot wigwams, a village of supposed cannibals from Africa, and the cliff dwellers featured a rock and timber structure that was painted to recreate American Indian cliff dwellings of Colorado. They essentially were set up as a human zoo where white fairgoers could see who they evolved from. One anthropology, Jesus Christmas, exhibit had lab assistants take measurements of attendees who could then see how they measured up to statues, representing the ideal image of the Anglo-Saxon man and woman. This was continued at future fairs, and we know who was the father of anthropology. I hate that fucking word. Excuse my French. Okay. Along the lakeside was the first moving walkway, a travelator. It was designed so that people could get off their boats at the end of the pier and not have to walk to the casino, where the first cafes were found. It had two different segments, one where passengers were seated and one where riders could stand or walk. However, this great new innovation soon broke down, and for most of the fair was never working because they couldn't repair what we built. Edward Maybridge gave a series of lectures in the Zoo Proxographical Hall, which was the first place to show moving pictures to the public. Several products that are well known today were first introduced at the exposition, including Juicy Fruit Gum, Cream of Wheat, Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer, the Brownie, and Quaker Oats. Scott Joplin from Texarkana played his piano, and John Philip Sousa's band presented concerts, and it was the first time the Mormon Tabernacle Choir appeared outside of Utah. Nonetheless, The large concerts were not well attended, given that so much exotic music from all over the world was free every day on the Midway. And we know what happened to James Smith, the man who created the Mormonism. He was murdered, or lynched. Do you remember that? With another one of his patrons. So who would take the religion and utilize it for their benefit, practicing some of our old ways like polygamy, well, at least giving it that name to which didn't exist. I'm in my own zone. Next, we'll be getting into Congress, which will be pretty interesting. Y'all like that. Now we get into the Heaven Bearers. Cliffhanger. Hey, Snoo. Rasboas is regarded as both the father of modern anthropology and the father of America. Yes, a fucking liar. Exactly. And when he said wigwams, I'm like, longhouses remind you of Fiji and Hawaii Islands, right? But they had to change the history. But yet, on Alamy and about several other books, you can see the original Fijians, well, so-called South Americans and all that. It's pretty funny, isn't it? They lie. And then everybody's supposed to run along and believe that's the narrative they're supposed to run with. As long as they feel good and feel supreme, why even search it out? The reason why they're doing all these searches now, because there are people who didn't know no better. They're paying attention to a lot of us. Dan Calloway was one of the reasons, and a number of others. Telling across the Yokwade, Chief Darren Two Bears Ross, myself, fighting teachers, and then having myself printed in the newspaper for getting expelled for fighting the prince, swinging at the principal and all that, being a bad guy because of the family I come from. It's real stuff. And as to why, well, that's how they turn around. They realize, oh, we got to research this stuff. Is there any truth to it? As if their history is true. Heaven Bearers, The Great Reset of 1834 and the Mud Flood by Janine Helen. You okay, Papa? I mean, he's okay, but he just sneezed. So here she is in South Africa. I know some of y'all have looked up her page, okay? And it's a quaint little, young little thing. What are you doing? Ow. Curiosity. Let's go ahead and get into this. Amelia is staring at him. And yeah, you remember now, she was having a little squabble with the person who was supposed to be the rightful, of the children she carries and her chosen husband. Hey, Baba. So Amelia is staring at him, and he can't pull his gaze away from her. She has deep blue eyes like her mother, with a light purple halo around them. They remind him of Rune's eyes, even though his were green. I wonder if I will still have these powers now that I have given birth. I mean, I am sure it was them that gave me the ability to do the things I did. I would have noticed if I had powers at the funneling home, if they were truly mine. She is almost talking to herself, but her expression tells him she wants him to answer her. I really don't know. You weren't supposed to have any powers in the first place. Tartarians don't have powers, but you think you caused the mud flood, so I really can't say. Time will tell. He pauses suddenly. I wouldn't have loved you any less, if that is your concern. No, it is not. But how? She pauses and isn't quite sure how to phrase what she wants to say next. How can I protect them now if I don't have any powers? Perhaps they have powers. She turns her head towards him and crinkles her nose, then pouts her lips, and he can't help but love her madly in this moment. It is my job to protect you, and that is what I will be doing from now on. Can you trust in that, in us? He asks and gives her an intense kiss that immediately reassures her completely that she is safe with him. Yes, would you like to take her? I can tell you really want to. He laughs. Are you reading my mind, by any chance? He asks jokingly, while she shrugs and hands him Amelia. They reach the settlement That's Malcolm she is conveying and conversing with. They reach the settlement, and it is bigger than either of them could have imagined. There must be over 100,000 people here. She is perplexed, and Cassiel decides to explain what happened. Many Tartarians fled after the Heaven Bearers took control of Earth. Queen Ariella tried to get word out that there were a few prominent families that made it all the way out here. My family was one of the families she managed to reach before she was taken prisoner and murdered in cold blood. He pauses and can't help but show his disdain for the Phoenician race, Malcolm in particular, since he is her bastard child. He catches himself and carries on with his story. Anyway, over the years, more people showed up here, and they kept coming and coming. We could not. Well, we had no right to turn anyone away, and so we didn't. But as we got bigger in size, it became more difficult to hide. We had to get creative, and well, I have some abilities, albeit not quite like yours. He admits and gives her an envious smile. What? I thought that only King Finn's bloodline contained special powers. Malcolm asks, surprised. Not completely. His bloodline is the most powerful, but there are others. He replies and exudes arrogance. Son. Malcolm watches him carefully and notices the way he looks at Bonnie. Brownie with ice cream and sprinkled nuts, eh? The way his eyes light up when he speaks to her, he knows that destiny would have brought them together, and he can't help but wonder if destiny will prevail at some point in the future. What needs to happen in order for Bonnie to be with Cassiel, he wonders. He knows the answer to this and realizes in that moment that it is inevitable. He will die in the coming war. A middle-aged woman is walking down the road in the far distance. She is carrying an empty wicker basket, and Bonnie imagines it is filled with some purple flowers and thinks about her mother. She drops the basket at the side of Bonnie and comes running down the hill as fast as her feet can take her. Daphne, she calls at the top of her lungs. Daphne, is that you? Bonnie is drawn to her. She hands Amelia to Henry and runs to meet this lady halfway. They stop and take a good look at each other before she takes Bonnie into her full embrace. My darling girl. She takes another look at her. I knew I would see you again. I just knew it. She takes her hand in hers, gives it a soft kiss, and they walk hand in hand back to Cassiel and his men. Cassiel, did I not say this day would come? She says, and her eyes are filled to the brim with joy. Yes, you did, Mira. You kept a lot to yourself, however. He reprimands her gently and doesn't elaborate any further. She doesn't know what he means, but understands when she sees Malcolm standing there with a newborn baby in his arms. And she immediately pulls out a dagger and tries to stab him in the heart. Bonnie merely raises her index finger in defiance, and the dagger drops out of her hand and falls to the floor, as if she was a glowing hot stone. Mira looks over at Bonnie in horror. No, Daphne, no. He is an abomination. You need to let me do this, she shouts at her, and her eyes are wild with hatred. No, mother, he is not an abomination, and neither are my children. She takes a step closer and looks at her in an intimidating fashion. Her eyes flash gold, and she watches the expression on her mother's face. She leans into her and places her hand on the side of her face. If you ever try to hurt either one of them again, I will kill all of you. She breaks eye contact with her and can feel that Cassiel heard every word that she said, and she is glad. Oh, a mother and her children. Ooh, child. The Phoenician and the humans are out of bounds to all of you. Is that understood? She raises her voice now, and she can feel the power running through her veins, and it scares her. The only way we can take back what is rightly ours is by working with the Phoenicians. Should any of you not agree, then leave now and find your own way, she commands. Everyone in the entire camp can hear what she is saying, even though she is far away from some, and they drop what they are doing to listen. I have heard about the prophecy, and I know what was dictated. But the prophecy isn't accurate. I am here, and I will die fighting for you, but you need to work with me. No one knows what to say in response to her, and she says, she eyes Cassiel sternly. He is their leader now, and at some point, he will have to relinquish his leadership. Or at the very least, he will have to share his leadership with her until the war is won. She isn't interested in being a ruler, but she is the chosen one, and she can't change that. He makes eye contact with her and then arrogantly takes a step forward and addresses his people. Daphne has spoken, and we shall respect her wishes. She is the niece of our beloved King Finn, and we shall welcome her as we would have welcomed him. Clearly, he pauses and clenches his jaw tightly and quickly tries to adjust his composure. There is more to the prophecy than what was told to us. He paces up and down. If anyone harms a hair on their heads, and that includes the Phoenician, you will hang like they hung your forefathers. Is that understood? Yes. The crowd is unanimous, and Bonnie is amazed by the respect he holds among these people. Thank you, Cassiel. Now I really need to have a word in private, if you don't mind, and some food for my husband and Henry would be much appreciated. And she smiles and places her hand softly onto his arm, much to his delight. Of course. Tara, please fetch Kira and prepare for them the best of whatever you can find. He commands, and a young girl appears from nowhere, and she can't help but stare at him with absolute love and admiration in her eyes. Tara nods happily and marches off to do as he asks. You bring these people, you bring us all hope. It hasn't been easy, and, well, if I am completely honest, I wasn't completely sure that you even existed. But now that you do, you shock me even more with your ways. He says the last sentence with such emphasis. That overpowers the rest of his thoughts, to which it does in that moment. He looks uncomfortable, but decides to go ahead and ask her what is on her mind. How can you love that creature? He asks, and he can't help but cringe at the very thought of her letting him touch her. Your rightful place is with a Tartarian man. You know this, Daphne. What you are doing, what you chose to do, is against our entire way of life. We are proud of our race. She knows what he is trying to say. She was supposed to be his. That is what destiny wanted. But Mother Nature changed the order. Changed the order of things when she broke the covenant and let the heaven bearers take over Earth. Cliffhanger. Y'all don't know what to expect, but I'll tell you what, you better know to be back, because, oh yeah, you don't want to mix the next couple of pages, few paragraphs. Anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time to put up with me for about almost an hour to listen. I hope you enjoyed the reading. It's much respect, much honor. It's truly a blissful thing. Anybody else came in? Man, Germany, December, age 84 years, Berkeley House, New York. Ah, yes, he did. The son bitch shouldn't live that long. DJ, what's going on, beloved? Yeah, I was jamming one of your tunes, man. Tell him to go over and hit it up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, check him out. Who else came up in here? Yes, 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 beloved. That's right. My baby girl Slaughter, I got you. Anyway, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the salutations and the greetings. And I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope I wasn't too over dramatical. I wanted to actually have you enjoy the reading. And I didn't check. I'm not going to check until tomorrow, maybe the next day, to see whatever donations may come in. I'm not going to order a book until Friday, probably. Maybe I'm still waiting on some more books to come in. Like I said, I appreciate everybody taking the time. I appreciate the donations, and being able to purchase all these books is a magnificent thing. Those who are good at math, you can go back and do all the checking. There are some books I haven't showed you that I purchased on my own. Some of them are kind of expensive, but I want to hold off. I don't believe everybody should just build a library without having knowledge as to why I got the certain book. As I stated before, there are some books that are crud, but I got them because I wanted to research the background on some of these writers, if you get what I'm saying. I always have a method to my madness. And I've come to find out quite a few things, but that's for another time. Again, I appreciate you all taking the time and the patience to listen to me gallivant here with a bunch of soliloquies and verbal expressions of written literature and so-called said books. And I'm going to get all my stuff. I'm going to go upstairs, and because I played the game today, y'all better have your game hat on, whoever come. I know you coming, but you better have your game hat on. Let me see something. Hold on, let me see something here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, we won't do that one. We won't do that one either. We won't do that one either. Oh, no, we don't want to do that one either. You sure you want to play a game? You sure you want to? Oh, no, that was upside down. Look like a plan. You sure you want to play a game? You sure you want to play a game? Watch all the little. I'm testing you. I'm testing you right now. You know that? Should I test you? Should I not test you? Is it wrong to test you? Oh, here you go. How about this one? How about? You sure you want to try me on a couple of these games? Maybe two. It's two. That's not enough. Oh, well, how about if we? I mean, if you want to, y'all like to gamble. You want to go? Is that's not enough? How about if we decide? Let me see here. I don't want to do that one. Oh no, you're not taking that one either. Oh no, not that one either. Oh hell no, not that one either. No, I ain't got no more. I just got one. Anyway, yeah. No, I was playing. I don't gamble. The fuck out of here. The fuck. I don't gamble, motherfucker. Shit. Fuck, I'm a gamble for. Let me see something here. Okay. 900 or something. Anyway, yeah, I don't gamble. Shall we play a game? Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Let me go ahead. I'm going to shut it down. There might be a few people live. I don't know if you want to check them out or whatever. It's cool. It's what we do. We support one another. I just had to get this read on. So those who didn't see it, this is the book that I received. Okay. 19 so-called pale skins who, 19 men who admitted there were indigenous melanated people in the Americas. Of course, we're the founding fathers, the heirs to the land. They didn't have to admit shit. I don't care if they admit something, but I'm going to read it. I'm actually going to go upstairs, get on pajama bottoms, grab me a nice little sneaky snack, some dates, and some, I think I'm just going to snack on some dates. And a big thing of water. And I'll see y'all in the AM. Yeah, I don't gamble either. Play 29 on the quarter slot, man. I don't gamble nowhere. This is a gamble, and it seems like I'm not winning. So I have a story to tell, and most people are interested. But the idiots that control the narrative, they're too stupid to know to do better. I speak energy, so obviously they're compelled, but that's a whole nother narrative. Appreciate y'all. Number love, respect. Y'all already know. See y'all in the AM.